All right. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another morning watch list building session. My name is Darkpool Algo, and thank you for joining me on, Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021. Today is going to be crazy simply because it's FOMC day. So with that being said, let me get the old chat piece lined up here, and we will start this day off the way it's supposed to be. All right. Just got to rearrange a little bit of stuff. Check in morning chat and see if we've got audio check. And I think we're going to be all right. And let's see. Checking in on the chat. We have that there. And there we go. All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am Darkpool Algo, and this is the morning watch list building session. We are going to be using the Smart Money Dark Pool and Block Trade algorithm software provided by FlowTrade. It is going to show us what is basically what smart money large investors are doing before the market reacts. We're going to look for bullish divergence and try to find stocks that are going to make a move to the upside today. Okay, 1 second here. I'm going to test. I got to see something because I feel like my voice is really, really high right now. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, that mic gain's pretty decent. So we're just going to leave it there. All right. The charts that you see in front of you is FlowTrade. It is a smart money dark pool and block trade algorithm that prints regular block trades and dark pool block trades, as well as it tracks the flow index in real time, and it is a predictive leading indicator, not a lagging one like stochastics, RSI, MACD, any of those, right? It says, hey, this is what smart money is doing. Oh, ES. Why would you do this? So ES is climbing overnight. We prefer it to be kind of flat going into Powell. Speaking of Powell, we do have Jerome Powell today at 2 o'clock Eastern. He will move the market. So I have a propensity to be super flat and all cash going into his press conference, okay? Because he can either make the market go up and he can make the market go down. So and there's no way to tell which way he's going to do it either. So if you're looking at my charts here, I'm going to give you a quick overview. There are some important things on this chart to note. If you see, so this white price, or these white bars that you see as price action, purple is the regular algorithm line. If I draw a blue line, it is a dark pool block trade. If I draw a red line, it's a regular block trade. And if I draw this white line, this Tony Montana line right here, that means that there's a dark pool and a regular block trade that printed on top of each other. That is a major level that you should pay attention to, because you've got dark pool money and smart large institutional money that are printing at the same level, right? So something's going to happen at that level. So keep an eye on it. All right. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you have any stocks you want to look at, make sure you hit me up in the chat, and we will make sure we get your, make sure we take a look at them. Okay. So it looks like we've got a couple already. Looks like we want to go over Uber. Absolutely. We'll go over Uber. Hopefully somebody played that yesterday based on the stream in the morning. Power moves, CRM, and didn't Adobe have earnings today? And Visa. All right, shout out Covis, when Anthony, Terry, morning. Laz has not shown up yet, so when he gets here, make sure you give him a hard time for being a slacker, because he promised me he was going to be on time today. He promised me. He's like, I'll be on time. Well, he's not here, so we're going to get him. All right, so Uber, Peloton, CRM, Visa, Uber. All right, so going into yesterday, the algo was trading with price action, and it was vertical, right? We had a nice trend line going up. So stock gapped up. The algorithm sold off to support. The algo is now trading with price action. Okay, let me just show you what this looks like on a chart. All right. So the algo is in a general uptrend, right? It just repeated its move from back here. As long as it doesn't break its down, it's uptrending support, right? As long as the support channel doesn't break, then I would think that the algo is going to continue to make moves to the upside. Okay, the algo did pull back to support, created some divergence. Looks like that divergence is going to start to play out. So the algo line will hopefully continue in its uptrend. Price action may need to pull back to some support because it's kind of overextended here, made a major gap. So, from 36 or 39 to 42, it's kind of a big gap. We got to keep that in mind going forward. There's a white line trade at right around 45, right? We've got some regular block trades coming in. That's going to provide support on the way back down. Currently 44 even is, we don't want a circle. We want a line. There we go. 44 and below that 43.36 with a dark pool support at 42.27. Okay. If we break 42.27, I think we're going to come back down and fill that gap that was created. But pullbacks to any of these levels here are pretty much anticipated, and I'll have to look at the candlestick patterns, but I don't know if this is a bull flag or a megaphone that's forming. Let's check out Uber. What did it do overnight? So this is a beautiful move. I said I would be interested on the break of 42.50. Played 42.50 up to 45, essentially. Pulled back at 45. My fibs are just a little bit off. Right? The fib levels are just a little bit off. I'm going to have to adjust those to... There we go. Right? That level makes sense. So I would consider those sub levels pretty significant, since we rallied to the 1618 and pulled back to the 1.414, which is my secret fib level, and looks like we're trying to break above it. So Uber, we're now trading at 3 ATR, right? I would anticipate excuse me, I had a little tickle in my throat lately. I would anticipate a pullback to this VWAP level at 43, or potentially the 50 SMA on the daily, right? Just to confirm support before we take a run at the 200 SMA on the daily, right? We had that long building slingshot squeeze histogram turnover. I don't believe the squeeze is released yet. We'll have to check it out. We did get an overnight squeeze release, so we can anticipate maybe, 6 to 8. Let's see, 6 to 8 times the time frame that it fired off on, right? Sessions. So if it fires off on a 15-minute session, you can anticipate 6 to 8 15-minute sessions for that squeeze to continue to fire. Okay. As far as on the 15-minute chart, stack positive moving averages. This is super bullish in my opinion. We have a newly formed. Oh, come on. Like, I wish I could make a one master web-based chart. It would have so much great stuff. All right, so 821.34 all stack positive, 50s on top of the 200, and we do have highest VWAP, and that looks like we have 2 levels of VWAP here coming in at 44.40 approximately 44.40. I would anticipate a pullback to support there for continuation to the upside. If we needed to draw a new fib level from this rally yesterday, right, we could definitely do that to see potential target. Yeah. So again, I'm just going to preface it. Today is Powell. He will move the market. I'm not trying to get into any sort of positions that I would hold past him, right? So this could be a setup for next week or the week after. Okay. Welcome. What's up, Johnny? Covis, what's up? Question on Cisco options. 40,000 volume for December expiration. What do you think? 40,000 volume? It's pretty good for Cisco. We'll get into it in a second. This is just a nice move, right? We're above the 4-hour. We're above the 4-hour Keltner channel. I'll have to look and see where the daily is, but I'd like to see this being the daily at 44 for a continued move to the upside. So keep in mind, this is 44, this is 45. There's a nice little dollar range there that we may chop within. We could easily pull back to the top of the 4-hour cloud, like I said, at 42.47. Wouldn't be unheard of. Moving on, Peloton. Gorgeous divergence, right? This is a divergence we like to see. We don't have any block trades coming in to provide us support and resistance. So this would be a purely price action play. It looks like price action filled the gap. It's so tight. Looks like it may have pulled back to fill in the gap, creating a bullish divergence, which means that the algorithm has continued to buy as price action continued to sell. Right, so the algo is in a generalized bullish uptrend. Kind of looks like it's forming a bull flag, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Look for that breakout. Yes, the algo interacts with, it does with respect candlestick patterns, channels, wedges, bull flags, bear flags, right? All of that. It's, yeah, I'm not going to go into why, but yes, that's why. Or yes, it does. All right, so I just need to check in on a couple things here. I've got, all right, I'm doing pretty good on time. All right. As far as the algo is concerned, look for it to continue making, looks like that's a higher high. Look for continuation, higher highs, higher lows. Price action. Is this the reverse, or is this like long term? Like, yeah, that's kind of sketchy, don't you think? We would be looking for that wedge breakout. I'm looking at previous highs here. For me, we would need to get above pretty much this level here. I've been fooled by Peloton before. I'm not trying to do it again. I would look for a break above previous high, previous low, for a continuation to take out previous highs. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So we had gap, rally, gap, right? And then gap fill for the last week. So hopefully we found the bottom and we found a nice area of stability. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so the trend is overall downwards. So if we could break this trend, then I would definitely be interested in Peloton for some longer term action. Man, we're just rallying into Powell. It's sketchy. It's AF. All right, looks like there's a nice, yeah, there's a solid demand zone right here at 99.58 to 99.34. I might even be willing to call this the demand zone from 100 to 99. Yeah, that's the demand zone. So there's a 50-cent demand zone here. Looks like we've made higher low, or some, yeah, higher low, and yeah, today's going to be the test. If we can continue to make higher lows, this would be a trend reversal. And on a trend reversal, I'd be more interested in looking at Peloton, considering our MACDs on the secondary. So the 2-minute, the 5-minute, and the 15 are all pointing downwards, which means they're selling off. The Celts are selling off, right? It's just super heavy. So be aware of Peloton. All right, so what do we got here? We have massive inside bar. We're still trapped in a range, 120 to 95, 95 to 120 range. That makes sense, right? We could play the up and down, right? So currently on a downtrend, looking to do the rally to the uptrend, testing this 200 SMA on the daily. You guys know how I feel about this red directional SMA line, right? If it's above it, I will like to go bullish. If it's below it, I try to stay away from it. Price action is consolidating here in this little wedge. And we've got the demand zone. Demand zone is from There's our demand zone. We have a supply zone shorter term, right? Where there's a demand zone, there will be a supply zone. We're going to call that the supply zone. For me to be a player in Peloton, I must get up and above. Come on. 102.75. 102.75 break, and I'll definitely look to go long. Looks like we're trying to form a little bit of uptrending support here. Let's see. That's broken, but that held. So, all right. Let's see if I can get it. I wish there was like a zoom feature, right? All right, so here's how the play is going to go. If we sell off, we've got demand zone support that runs from 99.32 up to 100. We could definitely consolidate, chop at that level. A break below 99.30, and then I think we pull back to, you know, some of these previous lows. The first one would be 96, right? Yeah, so if we break 99, we come back down to test 96. Okay, pretty simple. Below 96, we have room all the way down to 88. Okay, contrarian, like if we wanted to be bullish on this, we need to break this wedge. I would be interested in playing the 102.75 rally to 103.75, basically that dollar. If I wanted to be a little bit more patient, I would wait till we got above the supply zone. I think that's pretty decent, which would be above 104.50, 104.50 to 108. All right, that's Peloton. Moving on. Got to keep going. Oh, hey, everyone. Laz showed up late to class today after he promised me he would be on time. So, I don't know. What should we do something? We got to do something. We can't just let him be like, I'm going to be on time, bro. I was on time. We're going to figure something out for you, buddy. Just keep an eye out. Yeah, you got something coming your way, I promise you. Let's just keep moving on. CRM. This is a good looking stock as well. Again, let me preface it with going into Powell. I'm not looking to get into any positions until after that, right? If I have to wait till tomorrow or even next week, I've got no problem waiting for the market to figure out which direction it wants to go. Okay. For some of you that are maybe in this or, you know, maybe looking for some answers, let me go ahead and show you what's going on. We've got some dark pool support, resistance, 260, 40, 260, 80, right? This is that dark pool support we've got. Oh, come on. Sorry. That's, look at that. Every time price rallies into it, right? These both came on the 17th, right? Price was rallying. It could be sell orders, right? Or some additional buy orders. Price rejected that level, rallied again for a second time towards it, rejected it. If it rejects it the third time, then it would be a bearish position for CRM. As far as the algo itself is concerned, it's doing its job, right? It is in an overall uptrend that we can see here, right? The algo's overall uptrending. It is currently making higher lows and higher highs. Don't necessarily like this megaphone pattern that it's forming. That's sketchy. I'd rather it form a nice bull pattern, but it's not. Keep an eye on, yeah, clear, like another move like this. Right? It's kind of got that similar arc. Another move like this would definitely indicate a change in direction. As far as support goes, this is that wackadoodle flag looking support. Not really a bear or a bull flag, just more of like a choppy mess, right? Yeah, so just keep an eye on it. As far as CRM on your charts are concerned, CRM, dude, come on. I got to figure out where to move this boom. I've currently got it right here. I'd love to have it right Oh, shit. I'd love to have it right here. Sorry. It's just a bunch of banging around you didn't need to hear. And also need to get a vibration basket. I'd love to put the boom like right here if I could. However, my desk setup is a little wonky. And I don't think they make a boom arm that's really big enough. So I'd have to, I don't know, figure something out. Yeah. All right. So CRM. Yo, come on. Don't do this to me today. Wait, what am I doing here? Oh, shit. I already marked this up the other day. It's like, what? What was in my mind? Lyle's got me all sidetracked with his tardiness. Yeah. All right. So this is a choppy mess. Makes sense. 260. All right, so we're right in the middle of a 4-hour kill channel, right? The price really needs to make its mind up. If price, you know, oh God, this is ugly. So we have room down to 254. We have room up to 261, right? There's a nice range there. Looks like a bunch of consolidation happening. I'm not super impressed with this. Looking at, let's see what I drew up before. It's like we're maintaining that uptrending channel. I could redraw this as a channel and it would be okay. We broke downtrend. So on the 16th, we rallied, stacked our moving averages positive, ran into overhead VWAP resistance, pulled back to the 200 SMA supply zone, rallied to the resistance, back to supply zone, rallied resistance, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. Eventually, this wedge that it's forming between VWAP and trendline is going to break. If it breaks to the upside, we're prepared to take a play. I'm going to have to move this line up to basically taking out, oh, there it is right there. That's the level 261.67. Little channel there, 261.67 to 264.17. That's the move I want to play, right? Because what we need to do is we need to rally up here, take out some of these previous highs, establish support, and then continue to move to the upside. Let me draw that, how this looks. This is possibly going to be one of these kind of moves. Sorry, I ran out of... What the heck, dude? Oh, that sucks. Why wouldn't they just lock that? So this is... Oh. So frustrating. Trendspider, you're killing me, Smalls. WTH, why is this shit so laggy? I'm getting pissed, really, to be honest with you. I've got a gigabyte connection, massive machine, but it's a Mac, so I don't know if it's built to handle all this. You know, I think I need one of those thread-ripping Core i10 multi-thread 18-core, yeah, to keep up with me. That's not what I wanted to look at. But while we're here, let's see. We pulled back to 1 ATR. This is just consolidation, right? Like I said, for me to be serious, the break above 264, I think that we can continue to move to the upside, right? Stack positive moving averages. Like, we're bullish on the daily, but it's also super choppy. So don't get sucked into the chop. Really trying to figure out how to get that into like a Public Enemy song. Don't believe the hype. Don't get sucked into the chop. I don't know. Figure it out. Basically, you get the gist, right? Up and down and up and down and up and down until we break previous high or previous lows. Then we can play the rally to, like, if I duplicate, if I were to, all right, so if I drew a channel right here, right, and duplicated it, the distance from here to here, I bet you it's the same distance from here to here, right? Just that's the way shit works. So this would be the channel I'd play. 262 to 268, right? That's a lot of money right there that you had. However, this is chop. Be careful. Stay away from chop. Okay. Except for chop salad. Chop salad is good. Or chop barbecue. Chop barbecue is good too. All right, moving on. Spent too much time on CRM. All right. Visa. It's everywhere you want to be except for in the market. All right. So some people consider this a money line. I consider it a large influx of capital, right? That's going to take a little bit of time to price action to catch up with. So on the 17th, this block trade that came in at noon, right? After price had gapped down. This is kind of wonky. So let's just go with what we know. The algo is continuing to make higher highs and higher lows, so this is considered an uptrend. Right? I don't think I need to mark up what that looks like to you. But look at this. Look at this little rising wedge. Consider that a megaphone, maybe? Anyway, price is doing it. The algo is doing its job. Okay? So if the algo can break above that level, we would look for this massive rising wedge to break out and above our regular block trade level at 222.52, 22252, 22252. All right, and then it was supported at 219.93, right? There's our channel, a break of that. Then we start taking out some of these previous highs over here, previous highs and lows. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. I don't know how the banking sector is going to react, or how financials are going to react to Powell today. But shit, I gotta show you guys futures here in a second. Yeah, this is super chop. So you guys know what to do. We draw a line above the 200 SMA on the 15-minute chart. That so happens to line up with the previous low. So I'm going to go ahead and consider that a supply zone. Excuse me, a demand zone. Supply zone. Yes, supply zone. So I take it from the low to low. That's not it. We got to move it down here from low to low. I'll also just go ahead and drop a line in there. No, not that kind of line. It's a family show. So a break and pullback to test 200 SMA. I think we continue to the upside, right? We would have taken out that low, which means we can go take out these highs right here at 224. So I like this on a confirmation of the 200 SMA on the 15. So rally at whatever, rally at the open, pullback, confirm support at 220. 221, let's just call it 221.50, right? That would indicate that our moving averages are stacked positive. Look for this 50 to cross the 200, which is another bullish move. So stacked positive moving averages above VWAP, above 200, above 50-day support, right? On the 15-minute chart. 223.39 is the 223.39 is the 200 day on the SMA, or 200 SMA on the daily. So 223. Safe play would be the break at 223.50. We could play it to 224.50. Above 224 or above 225, then we move to the 50 SMA at 234. Right? So we can definitely reject off of this 225 level. All right, so where's my channel tool? Basically, this channel here right? So that channel is, this is the decision channel for a trend reversal. Okay, you may be early, but it could also be a fake out, breakout. So I'm going to exercise patience on Visa. And for me, I'm actually going to be interested if we can get above like I'm just going to call 225. Yeah, we get above 225. So I would consider 225 and above trend reversal, right? Looking at price action on the daily, and let me show you why. So we hit 2 ATR, we pulled back, we rallied to the 34, we pulled back, right? We rallied to the 21, we pulled back, rallied to 21, pull back, rallied to 21, pull back. Is this another rally to the 21 and pull back? It very well could be. Since we failed the 200 SMA, what I'd like to see is rally to 225, right, which is the 21, pull back to support, and then a continuation onto the upside. So I don't like getting sucked into this, right? Imagine if we'd bought here, like, oh, we broke the 200 SMA at trend reversal, right? Oh no, right above us is the 200 on the daily, and it smacked us back down. Okay. All right, hopefully everybody's following on that, right? You can like your shaded rectangle box on TrendSpider. If you right-click, go to properties. Thanks, Kemo. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Obviously, you don't have teenage kids. Everybody knows who Tony Montana is. If they don't, they'll know from this show. Welcome to the Tony Montana Show. For those of you just joining us, let me explain the backstory of this joke. Okay. Going into this, my boy Laz lives in Miami. Okay. So I needed a way to distinguish regular and dark pool levels right at the same level. And so I color coordinate stuff. I'm a very visual person in all aspects of life. And so I was like, oh, we'll use white. So I was like, oh, if I drop a white line here, and the boy Labs was like, we're in Miami, son. I was like, oh, Tony Montana. Scarface. Anyway, it's a little bit of humor. We're not endorsing or supporting any of that illicit behavior. However, it's hilarious to say we dropped a white line on the morning chart. Okay, moving on. All right, Apple. All right, there we go. Okay, so okay. I'm not interested in any of those plays personally. Sorry. I just had to think about it for a second. Apple, SoFi, QS. I love QS. That's been a great stock. Snap. Johnny, AMD is a Threadripper. Whoa, look at QS. Why didn't we play this yesterday? All right. I gotta learn to spell Apple. What am I doing on time? All right. All right, so Apple. All right, so there's some positives to be had here on Apple. This is good for the overall market. Let me show you what's going on. Your friendly neighborhood algorithm is consolidating, right? It's no longer downtrending, it's consolidating. It's probably waiting for news from Powell to make a decision on which way it wants to go. I would hope that it would break above just looking for the box breakout, right? Price action this is funky. I hate it when it does this kind of trendline support, but this is definitely a flag that's forming. We have a gap to fill. These are all, I'm stacking on my positives, right? We have regular block trade support resistance at 143.93. 142.84 is support, and dark pool block trade support coming in at 141.90. Right, a break below 141.90. I think we can continue to sell off to the downside. A rally above, right, this wedge breakout, and I used the wrong color. And come on, small, persistent, predefined color palette picker would be awesome. They don't have it though. All right, I'd rather them continue to build in futures than worry about my markup, tool markup. Right. So you see the move. I'm going to go through these algos real quick, and then if we have time, we'll look at charts. So Apple consolidation, wedge breakout. We can continue to move up. I'm interested above 146.50. That would be a trend reversal for me, depending upon what the algorithm does. Okay, moving on to SoFi. I've never played SoFi before, but it's pretty volatile, and it's got a lot of interactions. I got to move this down. There we go. Last 8 days, we have block level support and resistance. Let me show you what those look like. We have 1550 is short-term target, regular block trade level. We are at 1520 support resistance right now. Below us immediately 1510, and then below that we start getting chunky at 1482 with dark pool support coming in at 1450. Right, that is, just call that support. Psychological round number right at 1450. That is most likely computer generated. Right, as far as the algorithm itself is concerned, it is downtrending. So this is bearish divergence, and this is kind of long-term bearish divergence. It looks like there's a it's more of a megaphone. So, like I said, I think we reject 1550 and then pull back to 1450. Right, that's a dollar move. Looks like the stock moves probably maybe 75 cents a day. I'm not sure what the ATR is on it, but we gapped up, pulled back. 1550 looks like rejection. A break above and pull back to support on 1550. Without the algo's help, I think we consolidate there and eventually fade. Okay, moving on to QS. Quantum Scalar. Is it Quantum Scape or Quantum Scalar? I love this stock. Right? I'd forgotten about it. Right? I need to have two brains. I need to have a small cap brain and a large cap brain. But yes, this is a great looking stock. Major gap up. Looks like we got some regular block trade support coming in right at 2347. 2347 is block support. The Algo is vertical trading with price action. I don't know if this is news based, but as long as the Algo has continued to move upwards, I would play this like I would play any price action stock. Look for breakouts, support. I don't like this singular bar right here. That could be the formation of an FU bar pattern. I don't know if that's a real thing or not, but basically when stock does this, right, it goes up, right, pulls back like it did, it rallies up and pulls back like it did, right. I don't like, that's the play, so keep an eye out for it. This level, since we have a regular block trade level, that would be our, basically they call it that would be our neckline, right? To break your fingers. Okay, moving on. Don't want to save that. Nope, I don't. All right, Snapchat. So Snapchat's got a lot of volatility behind it. It's got a lot. This is the last 8 days of regular and block trades. So there's a ton of dark pool and regular block trade support resistance, right? The closest dark pool support is 75.39, followed by 75. Let's just call 75 support. The most recent block trade, however, is down here at 71.27, right? So does that pull us down since it came in after the 17th? Like all of this block trade stuff right here should be played out. The algo is So the algo is in a little channel, so I can't tell you if it's truly trading with price action or if it's just range bound as well. Falling wedge on the algo. If we break through this area here, so break a 75 with the algo, and take it, if we can take out previous highs, right? So really, the algo needs to break above, what level is this? Pretty much that level for a reversal, and we'll continue to pull price action up with it. The algo's curling down, so maybe pull back, but we do have support on Snapchat. Checking out the chat, we got Twitter. Yeah, dude, Twitter, way to go, way to go, way to go. Yes, Twitter was awesome. All right, so Uber and Blink are the last two I'm going to be able to do. Unless you have any more requests, get them into me now. And not Uber, Twitter. We already went over Uber. Listen, if you showed up on time for school, you would have known we went over Uber first thing. Look at that Wu-Tang pattern reversal, son. Oh, it's glorious. Let me show you what that means. All right, let me do Blink real quick. I think. All right, so blinkety blink, blink, blink. Sorry, I just had to check out what the algorithm is doing. What is the algo doing? Algo is making higher highs and higher lows, right? It looks like it's ran into a little bit of overhead resistance, right? Algo does have to prove itself, breaking previous highs and previous lows. However, we do have... This is a pretty solid move, right? Rally, pull back to support, rally, pull back, testing previous highs. This could be a breakout signal for the algorithm. Keep an eye on it for continuation move to the upside. As far as price action goes, you've got this long-term, like that's the clean wedge, but this is the falling channel, right? Don't get faked out by this one right here. Ooh, that was nice. So we were in a channel, look for a pullback, 2850-ish, or a rally above 3050 for 3040, 3050 for continuation onto the upside on Blink. I like Blink. All right, Twitter. Look at what Twitter did. Twitter made the move, yo. Twitter made the move. All right, so Wu-Tang Clan, an American Story or something like that is on Hulu. One of the best shows I've ever watched. Okay, so what I'm showing you here is when I talk about the Wu, the Wu reversal, it's this move. It's a 1, 2, 3 Dow reversal, so it's not anything new or special, but it's the 1, 2, 3 reversal. Twitter did that here, right? So it made the move. Now it's using the white line support, right? Yes, I know the other 80s white line song. I will get that into the mix too. We're not just purely Tony Montana, but we do like 80s synth music because I grew up in the 80s. I'm old AF. Okay, we have white line support at 62, 65-ish, right? That means we have a regular and a dark pool level right at 62, 65. I'm going to use that as support. Since Twitter did its job and it rallied to get above it, now it's going to pull back and use it as support. Okay. The algorithm. The algo is just trading with price action, right? You can see it very clearly here where I showed you the W pattern. So, come on. Right? It needs to break itself out and get above for continuation to the upside. If not, then I think we may just consolidate, right? Consolidate here for a little bit. Like, this is a good example of what I expect. This is a good example of the move that I expect for the next couple of days with Twitter, right? That's more precise, right? Right, consolidation right at that 62, 65 level, waiting for the market to decide which direction it wants to go and make a move, right? Sorry, I've got another computer over here that I'm checking some stuff out on. Shit, we never went over futures. I guess this is probably going to be the easiest way to do it in the 1 minute I have left. I've got to run beyond Cisco. Sorry, I apologize. Cisco. Bad dude. So that $60 strike would represent a move from the bottom of the Keltner channel 4-hour to the top and a break above, right? 58 is probably a more significant target. So rally to the top, right? That would mean back to previous low levels. 40,000 volume is pretty decent. I don't know what the cost on those $60 strikes are, but I like the 58s just because I think, right, 57.50 is a significant level, right? Look at all of this consolidation of price action. It also corresponds with the 4-hour Keltner channel top, as well as some previous resistance. I like that move to 57.50. So if there's a ton of volume at the 60s, you could do a 55.60 vertical, right, for December. That $60 call will protect your, it'll start generating you some positive theta. Yeah, your max profit is limited, but I think that might be the move. We would need confirmation first. For me, confirmation would be taking out Monday's previous highs at 56, right? That's a big move to ask for confirmation, but typically what will happen is we'll rally to the mid, 4-hour mid, and then either consolidate and move up, or we'll reject it and move back down. So this is kind of what happened here. We rallied to the mid, rejected, and pulled back down. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't able. Let me just show you what the algo is for Cisco. And again, I really, really apologize for taking so long, Covis, but we're here. We got you now. Okay. All right. So I don't know if they had earnings. Like, what caused this move? I don't know what caused that move, but something happened where the algo just decided to start net selling, came back down and found support. The algo is currently trying to do a good job here. There's a ton of white lines on this, which means that there's some very specific support levels. Currently, we've got dark pool support resistance at 55.55, 55.55, going on to 56.66, right? So that's our dark. I'm not going to draw each one, but there's our dark pool support resistance, right? The algo is, well, hold on. We got white lines at 57.45. So we have a dark pool and regular block trade levels that have come in so close that I don't want to distinguish between the two. 57.54, 57.61. That would be a good target on a break of 56.77. We got to, of course, get regular block trade support resistance as well at 57.12. The algorithm is starting to make some bullish divergence in that the algo is doing a good job in creating higher highs and higher lows, right? This is very young, right? Right. The algo is rising channel. So I would love another move like this on the algorithm to yank price action back up to the upside. Keep in mind, price is making lower lows. Okay. Even if it's a penny, it's still a lower low. The algorithms, the computers are going to see that as making lower lows. Okay. All right. That's it for me. Thanks for joining me. Once again, my name is Dark Pool Algo. I'm here every morning, Monday through Friday, an hour before the open. If you have any requests, comments, suggestions, or whatever, all I need you to do is hit that like button, show your support, subscribe, turn on notifications so that every time I start putting out these videos, and I'm going to start cranking out once I get some support, I will. You'll get notified of them. I've got some lesson plans going on here, and yeah. All right, I'm just gonna check on in one news spot real quick and see if there's anything important popping off, and then I gotta run. Let's see. Gods to run. ATR is continuing to rally. Why did I sell out of that one? That's so bad of me. All right. Whatever. ATR. Let's see. Please make a move today. Rounding bottom. Okay. So we're right at the 4-hour mid consolidation. I need a rally above 750, and then that short squeeze kicks in. Okay, gotta go. Thanks for joining me. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay green. If you don't know what to do, Powell's talking today. He will rock your world. Keep your position at the table. If you need to just sit today out, get in all cash, do whatever you need to do. But I want to see you here tomorrow, so don't blow up your